All right. Let's go. Thomas, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, and I think we can slowly start.
Yeah, we have nice group of, if I'm counting right, 16 people. So I believe we can kick it off. So you recording?
Yes,
So I think
recording is on.
we are all set. But thanks everybody for joining our call, our webinar. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit the chat button and just leave your comments. We will try to reply and answer all the questions as it goes. Today, we would like to cover the basics of what you can do with our platform. Hi, Steven. So we will focus on showing. Well, depends on our time, but we will try to cover two workflows from our playbook, and with all the features that I think it would be good if you understand, because we are giving some templates, some playbooks, but everything can be customized. And as um, if everybody would be doing exactly the same thing, then it just stops working. So that's why now we have a playbook, but you are free to customize your GPT prompt, your filters, basically anything to make it really work for you and to make something that nobody else is doing. And I believe AI is not going to replace humans with the creativity and anytime soon. So I think we can kick it off. What you're looking at, am I sharing the screen? Yes. What you're looking at is our playbook, and every day we are adding more and more workflows that we used to do in the past for for our partners and customers and users. And normally to deploy a workflow like this, you need to get, depends on the workflow, I would say 5 to 7 tools, and put them together in low code, no code, or in some really advanced, or I would say complicated tech. You need to connect data enrichment, scrapers, website scraper, LinkedIn scraper, email outreach tool, LinkedIn outreach tool, email hunting, email verification, and of course GPT to classify, personalize. I think I didn't. I think I mentioned most of the tools, but with our playbook, we can do everything just with one workflow, and you don't really need to connect all those other tools. But you can if you know how to work with our API. Tom, which workflow we should take today? What would you start with?
I would like to start with basic one. Basically, most of the people they're still solving how to find the relevant contacts. So I would like to start with normal LinkedIn workflow, how to add leads from the Sales Navigator, maybe from normal LinkedIn,
Mhm.
and I think that will be a good beginning.
So maybe we can really just start from scratch, and or maybe we can choose actually this workflow. So let's sorry, sales nav. Let's do this one. Leads from Sales Navigator. This is what I would start with. Do you agree? All
Yes.
right. Okay. So let's get started. If you click on any of those workflows, what it opens is a robot where all you need to do is to just input few informations. So this is the Sales Navigator robot, and it is asking you to provide a link of results from people posts. Maybe I was thinking maybe let's do something very specific. Let's focus on VC investors, so anybody can really walk away from this workshop with some leads. Let's do let's focus on fundraising. Do we have the fundraising workflow here? Scout new founders, VC leads, and outreach. Yeah, it's the same workflow. It's just a little bit different prompts. All right. So if you click on the playbook, the first thing that opens is it's the settings of a robot. Uh, Here, what is asking you for is to link to a specific filter, and we will be focusing on investors. So let's go on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and let's do industry. And LinkedIn doesn't have just venture capital, so we will choose venture capital and private equity. And later on, I'll show you how we filter out the VC funds from the rest, which could be private equity funds, accelerators, different agencies, studios. I'll show you how we can set up the prompts to clean it. Then, you know, here is a lot of people on LinkedIn, so let's focus on one geography. Let's do New York, like this. Yeah, still a lot of people. So let's focus only on funds with, let's say 11 to 50 people. That's rather the bigger ones. Yeah, 6,000 results. We can even focus only on people who just changed their jobs. So they are in the role less than 3 months. That could be an interesting trigger, like here. Or maybe I would focus on seniority, which is partners, yeah, directors. I think this is a good filter. One thing is that LinkedIn Sales Navigator gives you per one search, well, they show you maximally 2.5 thousand results. It's basically 100 lists, 25 contacts each. So if you want to scrape your whole market, then you would need to split it into multiple searches. It's quite easy. You just need to split by geography or country size and have multiple links. So to scrape all these people and make leads out of them, all you need to do is to copy and paste this link to a robot. So I'll paste it here. I hope you can actually see that. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And now there are two things: company classification prompt and person job role classification prompt. If you keep it blank, then a robot will scrape everything from here. But if you use some of our workflows, we already have predefined prompts, like looking at the classification. So we say classify the following company as yes relevant or not relevant based on its descriptions. Here are the descriptions. And we say that relevant company is a venture capital fund investing in startups. Private equity companies, accelerators, VC studios, or venture studios are not relevant. You can really type here anything. So we have customers who type things like relevant companies are only companies that where their employees travel a lot to visit their customers. Why we are able why we are able to classify if the company is really relevant or not is that a robot actually also visits the websites of each company, looks at the website, summarizes what's on the website, and then we use it for the classification with the GPT. So if you know how to chat with ChatGPT, this is basically the same thing. Here, the difference is that with the prompt here, we also input the summarized website and the information from LinkedIn for the company. The same applies here for the person. So, for example, LinkedIn is always giving you a lot of false positives. Not everybody is really relevant person, even if you do proper filtering. So you can really describe your persona here. Like in this case, the relevant person should match one of the following job titles, consider potential language variations, and yeah, we basically say that the relevant persona should match one of the following job titles: principal partner, managing partner, founding partner, and more. Again, it's not reading only the job title, but it is also reading the About Me section. So if you look at somebody's profile, yeah, maybe at me, so it's reading this part, and uh, it's also reading the experience and the About section here. So it's actually what we've been using a lot of people for this, and we ask them to look really at the person and decide if it's relevant or not. Now we can replace this with GPT. uh, so you can fill it yourselves, or you can keep it blank, then it would just take everybody. And in the advanced settings, you can choose if you want to scrape these profiles just once, like in this case, or if you want to do it every day, every 3 days. For example, if you're tracking the new hires, then it would make sense to do it more often. And how many leads the robot can scrape. The more leads you choose, the longer it takes, but it's pretty quick. I would say for our demo, let's do, I don't know, let's do something like this, 35, maybe 50. Let's do 50. Not everybody might be actually relevant. Let's do something like this. Good. If you click on save, then the robot starts working. In this panel here, you can see what's happening right now. So now we are loading the data from Sales Navigator, and in a while we will be enriching the data. So this will take a while. So maybe we can look at some of the wait, actually this was fast. Wait, so it's running, but it already enriched first leads. Okay, 7 out of 49. Yeah, so first leads are already coming in. All right. So meanwhile, we can maybe look at some projects where we have already data enriched. So let's go somewhere. This is my play field. Okay, let's look at, yeah, maybe this one. So like the raw data, when they are exported, they look like this. So you get the names, you get the LinkedIn profiles, company name, company website, company LinkedIn, the position. Then you have the source from which robot the data are from, and then we will focus more on how to enrich the data further with information from the website, with information from the LinkedIn profile, from the company LinkedIn profile. Even like in this case, we can see what they have been posting about recently. All of that can be used further to classify if the person really is relevant or not, or also to use it in the to personalize the email based on that information. So let me see. So we have some first leads already in. Okay, so we have some first leads already in. And then what you can do here is, what you can see is that it already found the emails, but it's because I had the auto magic columns on, and I also turned on the auto email enrichment on. And as it was a template, it's already enriching and validating the email addresses. So as you can see, we use multiple data providers. It's actually 5 of them, and every email is verified through zero bounds, which is a tool dedicated just for verification. Because sending emails to something which is not verified can really ruin your domain and reputation. And also, I think it's important to mention that we are not really using any personal emails or emails that are being used by people to log into LinkedIn. We always use for the professional email at the domain of the latest employer. So so this is how it looks when the data get enriched. See, we have already some more data in. So maybe let me click again, the email enrichment, boom, and now it looks for emails. Okay, so what we do next, if you want to really personalize your email, one of the first things we always do is that we clean the company names. Well, in this case, it looks actually quite okay, but often there are things like uh, company LLC or INC or the European branch, blah, blah, blah. So one of the very first things that I do is that I clean company names. I do it through our magic columns, and our magic columns are basically um, uh, templated prompts of GPT-4, which I will show you, or scrapers from LinkedIn, or scrapers of a website. So this is basically it's a combination of these three things, and also email hunter. Uh, for the company name cleaning, we already have a predefined prompt. So it's this one, clean company name. And if you click on it, so what it basically says is that we prompt AI to look at the input, and the input is the company name. So here is the input, and output the corrected name. So if there would be something like LTD, LLC, or something like this, we won't always clean the name. So if I click on submit, I will get the clean company name. So yeah, this is the new data. So clean company name here. Yeah. Then what I would do, for example, here, we can see this. So the venture collective TVC. So, human would not really use this in the email. So we managed to manage to clean the company name. Then the another thing is that I would scrape the company websites. So if you click on company website summary, uh, then this is the predefined prompt. So our robot will visit the website and summarize it, so you can use it as input for GPT. Again, to classify if this is really relevant, or to personalize, like, I'm reaching out because I saw on your website this specific thing. That's why I think it's relevant to reach out. So if I click on submit, it will, actually generate this. This it will generate this column. Another scraper that I'm using is the company LinkedIn scraper, which is here, LinkedIn company description. If you click on it, it will start. You can see it's pretty quick. So it filled out this column. And this is the information. It's exactly the same information as what the companies have on their company profile. Good. Then we can also maybe clean the job titles, because somebody has the job title, I'm the managing partner / we are hiring. So we definitely don't want to use this. We want to clean the job title. So if you click on that, it's predefined prompt where we basically tell AI what to do, and as input we use the position from the table. I click on submit, and it will finish here. Partner, general partner, founding partner. It actually cleans the job titles. And now let's start with the personalizations. So as you can see, we already have here, because it's a template, we already have here some predefined columns. So if I click on this magic wand, I already have here a text that has been a template that has been written by us, which is so basically we ask AI, using the input, generate a sentence mentioning some investment or investment focus of the VC firm on the input, keep the output under 12 words, and use specific keywords from the input. Complete this sentence with my prefix, and this is my prefix. I came across your recent investment in, And now AI will insert something based on the context from the input. And I was impressed by your focus on, again, AI will use the input from website and from LinkedIn. As input, we use the company name, company website, a LinkedIn company description, website summary. And you can always click on preview to see what it does. So here, yeah, so we are mentioning specific investment and what they are focusing on. The same here. If I click on submit, it will calculate the personalizations for every single lead. Uh, the same thing we can do here. So here I was playing again with some personalization, and I actually ask AI to finish a sentence uh, with context based on input, and I was using it like your experience with, and I wanted AI to fill out what is their experience. And again, if you click on submit, it generates what they, it finished the sentence with whatever they say on their website and on their LinkedIn profile. So with these, I'm creating more and more personalizations. Maybe I can show you also how to do one from scratch. So if you click on AI custom column, here you can write your own. So for example, I would call it AI 2, 3 actually, doesn't really matter. And you can really customize anything based on your use case. So maybe like look at the input and finish a sentence starting with this prefix. Yeah, I was on your website and it looks like you focus on input based on the context from the input. The output should be max, let's say 16 words. I always try to limit the outputs because AI tend to talk a lot. So the less words I give it, I think the less, the more precise it is. If you just want uh, to generate too much text, then it doesn't look like from a human. So I try to limit this. The output should be max 16 words, and always need to start with I was on your website. And now here is the input. And as input, so what we can use? So as an input, we use the definitely company name because AI has a lot of information in the model itself because it's basically trained on the whole internet, right? Then I would put there even the company website, not because it's just because the model can get better, can better distinguish between two fonts with the same name. And now the most important part, the LinkedIn company description, so what they say about themselves on LinkedIn, and website text summary like this. If you click on preview, you can always see what it writes on a smaller sample. Yeah, I was on a website and it looks like focus on retail tech and health tech information. It looks like focus on supporting early stage startups with hand-on investment. Maybe this is too much text for me already. Looks like focus on investing in breakthrough technologies globally. Yeah, let's maybe make it even shorter. Let's do only 14 words. Retail tech information supporting early stage startups, venture capital innovation. Maybe I would do it 15. Yeah, and submit. And now, as we can see, AI generated again uh, personalization for every for every single lead. Okay, so now we have emails, we have job titles, we have almost everything what we need. So I would just go to sequence, and here, well, in this template I already pre-made some templates, but you can always choose email or LinkedIn step. So email is clear, so you can send email message. For LinkedIn, there are multiple steps. I can show you. So for email, if you want to add step, you can always choose how many days the tool should wait before another follow-up goes on. If somebody replies, then the sequence stops and no emails get sent out. The same applies here. So for LinkedIn, you can add another step. You can just visit the profile and do nothing, or you can connect with the profile. So this will send a connection request, which can be also personalized. Or if you are already connected with them, you can choose a message. So you can send more. You can send a longer message, or you can choose email. So this allows you to send a longer message even to somebody who is not your connection. And I think if you are on the paid LinkedIn license, then you have 150 messages per month. And if somebody replies to your message, then you get the credit back, so you can actually reach out even to more people. And yeah, so the personalization of the emails works like this. So here I choose hi first name. In some other languages, like in German, it's not that easy, and you cannot really call people, hi, hi Tom. You need to be more, let's say, more official, more polite. So we have even a template in German, and we are adding some other more languages where you can change the text based on if it's a female name or if it's a male name, or if you want to be very formal or informal. All of that can be done with our magic columns. But this is in English, so let's start. Hi, first name, and here I was putting the personalization I did. The column was called investments, but you can also do like the last one, which I was doing. For example, yeah, this one, AI personalization free, which was I was on a website. It looks like you focus on blah blah blah. So here you can put, your message. Don't forget to change your name, describe your pitch, and try to be as relevant as possible. If you click on save, the message is basically edited and it's ready to be sent. So in this sequence, we are starting with message number 1, then we wait for days, then we send follow-up, which is also personalized, then we wait 3 days, and then we send LinkedIn connection request. You can set up the sequence as you want, email only or LinkedIn only or combined. Really, it can be anything. Here, what I want to mention, or Tuma, if you want to add something, you can always jump in.
Not at this moment.
Yeah, tell me if I forgot about something. And also, if you guys have any questions, just ask, because I know it's a lot of information to digest. So keep asking if you want to ask something already. Yeah. So no question. Everybody is afraid of me. So let's continue. We have a question. Mhm.
But I don't see who raised the hand. So
I think it's František. František Soudek. Wait. Let's participate now. Okay. Hello, František.
Yeah. Hi. Well, we are actually unable to send messages to the chat, so only option is to raise hand.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Guys, it looks pretty cool. I just wanted to ask if you have also already some automation to engage with content of LinkedIn profiles,
yeah, well,
like
I will
it or
go.
yeah, cool.
Not exactly liking and commenting the LinkedIn posts, but we are usually interact with the engagers of those LinkedIn posts. So here we are basically here is a Leadspicker able to help you, but we are not doing the auto-generated comments and stuffs like this on the LinkedIn.
Okay, and is it on the roadmap? Is it something you are going to build or not, or why?
At this moment, I don't see the value with the generation with auto generation of a comment because when you go on the LinkedIn, you usually see which comment was
Yeah.
generated by AI and which was written by a human, because at this moment the AI comments is not natural yet. In personalizations, in an email, you are able to correct the AI because you are usually generate only one sentence, and you are able to check if the sentence generated is meaningful or not. But in terms that you commenting some of the post, and basically the prompts will look like write the meaningful comment on a post that mentioning this and this and this. It's really hard to create some the prompt that will generate really meaningful and really nature comments.
It's a little bit spamming. We will show you how we write AI written messages based on content, and that looks actually good. And yes, Tomasz mentioned, so we, as you can see, we use a lot of input, so we don't give too much space for AI to really hallucinate. So we give a lot of input, and then we just let it write only small parts of the message, because otherwise, you can just see that it's been written by AI. Good.
Okay, thank you. And second question, you have two types of brackets here. Your startup name is in one of type of brackets and company name is another.
Yeah, I will explain. So this is this is template of a message. These brackets are this variable field. So what's in this bracket is actually the same what is here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the other brackets, this is just a template. So I put there different brackets so you kind of understand that here you should input your startup name, and here you should, this is just a template because people also don't
Oh,
know, people don't know
yeah.
what to what to write. So I just made it as a template.
Okay, so
Uh,
it's not a variable. You have to put your own text here.
yeah. This is just
Okay.
a placeholder. I didn't
Oh,
want to have just a blank message. It looks better if there is something.
okay.
Uh, Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you. Thank
Uh, I think, we can jump to the second workflow, which will be more focused on content on LinkedIn. But
Was
before
it?
I do that, yeah,
Yeah,
before I, Mhm.
maybe finish also the outreach settings.
Yeah,
Uh,
before I jump to that, usually when you prepare your leads, clean the data, enrich the data, choose who is relevant, who is not, then the last step is to launch the campaign. And here, in the sequence part, there is a settings where you can do some basic settings like when those emails should be sent, when to skip them, when you want to start the campaign, at between between basically at what time during the day, what time zone, And I think here, I think it's a very important part is that you can choose. Well, you should choose at least one email, but in my account I have just one connected. But on other accounts we have like, yeah, 10, 20, 50 different emails. So you can run the whole company can run from one subscription. You can connect emails of all your salespeople, and you can also connect dedicated emails just for cold mailing. All of that can be covered by one subscription, and for each sequence you can choose from how many emails you want to send it out, and those emails then actually rotate based on the settings. So for example, if I want to send out, if I want to make sure that I don't end up in, in spam, then first of all I need to make sure I'm reaching out to the right people with the clear value and reason why I'm reaching out. And then the infrastructure is very important. So we really recommend to go low volume from low volume from one email per day. But if you need to scale the volume, then what you really need to do is to have multiple emails, ideally dedicated just to cold mailing, and then you can plug in 5, 10 emails, and all of them will be rotating and sending. For example, our default setting is 50 emails per day, which we know it works well. Uh, and you know, just you don't get suspending for spamming if you go low volume, and if you personalize and classify all the leads. The same applies for LinkedIn accounts. So if you, I think starting from the second tier subscription, you can connect multiple LinkedIn accounts. So again, comparing to some other tools where you pay subscription for each LinkedIn account, you can plug in all the accounts of your team, and then they will rotate. So you can use the entire capacity of connection requests or emails of your entire team, everything in one place. Yeah, and then of course we have some blacklisting solution. So if there is multiple campaigns running, multiple people running different campaigns, then you can blacklist campaigns between each other. You can also put your current customers or anybody you just don't want to reach out to on the global blacklist, or on the blacklist for a specific campaign. So blacklisting is also very important part. And yeah, here is the reporting part. So here you can see what are the stats for each step or each stage of your campaign. So how many emails has been sent, what day, what is the reply rate, and what's the progress. All of that, it's here. Good. So let's quickly go and start second workflow. We're a little bit running out of time, but we already covered quite a lot features. So, Tomo, which one would you prefer? The LinkedIn post?
Yes, I would like to continue with the LinkedIn post because this one is really good, because always is there some type how to personalize the outreach, and it's not the email out of nowhere.
Okay. All right. So let's do. Yeah, maybe let's do. Maybe we can scrape the people who interacted with my latest post, or maybe let's get this one. So if you click on the template again, you start with a robot, and you can name the project like LinkedIn post scraping robot. Here you can include link to, here's an example. So you can include a link to a specific post. So for example, this one maybe okay. Maybe let's take my latest post. This one, or maybe the one before actually, because there was like hundreds and hundreds of people. So let's do that one. Okay. So if you want to scrape, this post, all you need to do. So what we focus on, we want to scrape some posts, analyze if they're actually relevant, and then look at the people who liked or commented these posts, and find out if they are actually relevant persona for us to reach out to them, and then we will personalize the message. So let me copy link to this post. Let's go back to the robot. I put the link here, and here we have again place where we can write a prompt for GPT to classify if the person is relevant. So if you look at, for example, if you look at this post, so you can see that there is a lot of people. Many of them are relevant, but definitely not everybody is relevant. So we just want to make sure that, for example, when I turn these people into leads, then I want to make sure that I'm reaching out actually only to the ones which are relevant. By the way, here I'm scraping my own post, but you can do the same for your competitors. You can set the robot to visit, for example, every day different accounts, different profiles of your competitors or relevant people, or similar people in the industry. Or you can even set up just a filter on the LinkedIn feed that this robot should visit. So it will check all the posts that are posting about some keyword, and then you can again scrape leads out of it. So if I go to the robot, I inserted the post link, and here I have already predefined prompt where I'm basically asking AI to look at the input and decide whether this person matches any of the job titles from this list. And my personas here are founder, co-founder, business owner, marketing professional, sales professional. So I would add anybody, go to market, maybe now very popular clay advisors. What else? uh, Automation expert, maybe lead generation, uh, outbound. This could be my personas, for example. Now take into account also potential language variations. That's quite important. Not every profile has everything in English. And as input, we take the position, we take the name, we take the LinkedIn URL. I want GPT to answer yes relevant or not relevant. Yes relevant if these people are matching any of my personas, not relevant if not. And I want to scrape. So yeah, how many likers? Let's let's make it faster because we're a little bit running out of time. So let's check something over 50. Good. And if I click on save, the robot gets updated and starts working in a while. So here you can always see what's happening. So now we're loading the LinkedIn posts. In a while, it will start extracting the people who commented, then the people who liked the post, and once this is done, it will send all the data into the project table, so we can continue and personalize. So let me. This is just my template. So let's see how the robot is doing. So extracting commenters. It might take a while. In every template, I already kind of pre-made some columns with personalizations. so you don't need to write those prompts yourselves. You can just get inspired. So for this template, we will scrape the LinkedIn information from the personal profile. Then we will scrape the LinkedIn company description. We will scrape the website. Then we will clean the company name again. We will clean the job title. And yeah, here I just made a classification where I wanted to know if this company is actually B2B or B2C. What else we have here? Uh, we have the robots where the leads came from. We know what was the interaction. What was the post URL? Yeah, all of that. Okay, so this is the comment of the person. Here is what kind of interaction was. So this guy commented. What is the robot? Yeah. So let me check. What's the process? Still extracting.
There is a turn on the classification, so it will take longer. So maybe we can start in meantime with some additional questions if you have, and happy to answer them.
Mm-hmm. Lakers. Maybe I have here one. Yeah. So this is one. Was this one? One again raw data. When this is done. So in this case, it was more than 1,000 leads, but this is some older robot. So let's wait for hour when this is done. So guys, any question? I bet you want to ask some questions. 'Cause if not, František. So let him ask.
Yeah, thank you. I'm quite new to like outreach sales that way. So this is not really your platform specific question, but as for this strategy of reaching out to the leads, what do you have some benchmark of like reply rate or response rate or like actually conversion, for example? I know that for every segment it will be very different, and it really matters on the quality of the, let's say, of the selection of the lead. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I can give you a benchmark. The first workflow that we did, where we basically post based on, we try to make it really relevant. We take information from website, but still, those people really don't know who you are. So, well, if you do everything right, then it's still working. But reply rates are not really comparable with, for example, this part. Because if you're reaching out to people who kind of know who you are when the email gets received, then you can expect even one out of, and now it really depends. Sometimes it could be even one out of four, one out of five, one out of 10 really replies, but it's because they know who you are and they are already somehow engaged. If you're reaching out totally cold, uh, so there are a couple of things that need to be right when we are tracking the open rate. If you have open rate under 60%, then usually there is something wrong about the message or the infrastructure. So I would look at it. So many people have like open rate 20%, 25%. So then there's something really wrong with the infrastructure or the message itself. Uh, as for the reply rates, so for example, we have users who are sending cold emails based on signal, and the signal it's that somebody's hiring on job portal, and they are reaching the same day, and they are getting 25% reply rates. I'm not saying that one out of four tells them that it's interesting and they want to talk, but one of four replies. But it's because the timing is right. it's it's all mentioning, okay, this is the reason why I'm reaching out. It's based on this signal, and it's actually very quick. So this makes big difference, and we believe that it's moving the direction that this spray and pray, without even looking at the website, not even looking at the LinkedIn profile. It's actually it's really not the future anymore. And in the future we will focus, or everybody would need to focus on being really relevant, really targeted, reaching out the right time, because yeah, Google, Yahoo, and all the big providers, Microsoft, they are fighting against people who pray and pray. So you need to really narrow down and try to be as relevant as possible. Otherwise, nobody really replies.
And is there a difference in the response rate between LinkedIn and email, as you know?
Well, it's two different. Two different things. On LinkedIn, they kind of, it really depends. What do you do? If you're reaching out cold, then it's hard. I would say on LinkedIn you can get better conversion rates because people can look at you, and if it's relevant, they reply. From email, it's more steps to kind of, understand the credibility. But what works really well is, if you are trying, if you kind of do something on LinkedIn. So when you reach out and they look at you, they see some credibility. What we do, and it works for us well, is that we do a lot of content like this one, where I'm showing some workflows. I'm sending people the template to do it. And when I reach out to these people by LinkedIn or by email, then I'm getting quite a lot of replies, more on LinkedIn than on email. But yeah, but it's because they already kind of have little they kind of know who is actually who they know who the hell you are. I
Yeah.
would say.
Uh,
Good.
long,
Ali,
lo- Long story short, there are the multiple factors. The industry standard is for the reply rate is at this moment really horrible, and is around 0.5%. So that's the really crazy, and you can see a lot of people that showing the statistics that they reach out, for example, 4K leads, and they get 20 replies. So in my point of view, this is a really bad approach. How to how to do the outbound. My suggestion is you should get at least around 5 up to 6% the reply rate to be kind of good with a campaign. The good optimized campaign, I start counting with a reply rate around 12 up to 15% reply rate, and everything up to 15% reply rate is really great. And here those reply rates are without out of office, basically without auto replies. So real truly replies from the people. And time to time, it's really tough to get on these numbers. But highly recommend when you reaching out someone, do not communicate do not communicate features of your product and of your service, but communicate directly the problem what you are solving for them. And basically this problem need to be relevant for those people. And what also really work for me is some cross-reference for the colleagues. When basically I need to do some really cold outreach without any trigger. At least I'm trying to cross-reference the colleague. For example, hello Tomáš, I just checked their LinkedIn, etc., etc. We are offering this and this. This is relevant for you, or should I reach out directly via email? Something just like that, because again, for the prospect that received this email is something that you spend time with that, and it's not only the exported email from the Apollo push into the sequence and sending on the autopilot. So that's from my side.
Thank you for this.
So meanwhile, our leads, thank you, Francisco. Meanwhile, our leads got enriched. So show you. So we got the robot scrape 105 leads and classified 41 as actually relevant. Then again, I will enrich emails. So this is now running through 5 different email hunting providers and the verifiers. I did very similar things as last time. So scrape the LinkedIn informations. Yes, Tony. I scrape the website. The microphone is muted.
I'm asking if I'm late, or have you just started?
Sorry?
I am asking if I'm late because it was 5 o'clock, or have you already started?
Yeah, we started. We started 1 hour ago. So so we are actually finishing. So probably time zone issue.
Yeah, well, we're 1 hour behind. That wasn't clear.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We sent the recording to everybody who attended, and we also uploaded to YouTube. So no worries.
Okay, I'll look out for the YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Okay.
So very quickly, we scraped the information from LinkedIn, from website. We cleaned the company name, job title. Here, I ask AI if the company is B2B or B2C. I got the replies. And then one more thing. I want to find out if these people are working in an agency or not, because we would like to target actually companies or agencies that offer lead generation, outsource, marketing / sales services, or similar. Answer: yes, agency, or not agency. And here is the input. Here is the input. As input, again, I use the company description and company website. So let's have a look. Yes, not yes. So this helps me to even further classify who's relevant. And one thing which I didn't show you last time is that if I want to reach out only to the people who actually are classified as working for an agency, I can turn on this condition toggle as yes, submit. Yeah, it will basically turn the relevant ones into yes, the not relevant ones into no. And then when I'm preparing the message, what I can do is that I can send message only. I can send message only to the ones who are actually test blah blah. Yeah, so here we have the condition, so I can make sure that the tool is actually reaching out only to the people who are working in an agency. So imagine that you have a robot which is working every day. It's scraping, it's monitoring the post of your competitor or your posts, and generating leads. Then through the magic columns, it's personalizing, scraping more information, and it's actually classifying if they are relevant. And then you have a campaign ready with email, LinkedIn outreach, and this campaign is running every day. So what will happen is that robot prepares leads, and then only if it passed the classification criteria, like in this case, it's agency, it goes out. So we can really turn this on completely on autopilot, and yeah, you can deploy more and more robots. So I was today showing actually just two of them, but I think the options are almost unlimited, and we will be adding more and more. I hope, Toma, I didn't forget anything, important from the basic features. Maybe I can mention we have our API documentation. So if you want to connect the tool with your current tool stack that you already have, it's not a problem. It's really, you can really connect everything with anything. And yeah, I think that's it for today's webinar. And yeah, I hope so. We still have 11 people watching, which is more than I expected. So if you don't have any other questions, then that's it. Let's call it a day. And thank you very much for joining this webinar. If you still have some questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to reach us directly, LinkedIn or email. So vlastimil@leadspicker.com or thomas@leadspicker.com. And yeah, we will be sharing more and more workflows that, something that we deployed today, to quite advanced workflows in 1 hour. That would take me, well, days or at least quite a lot of hours to deploy in an 8N or or other low code or no code tools. And also it would, I would need to pay for 5-7 different subscriptions. And with Leadspicker, we can cover everything, under one roof. So thank you very much for joining the webinar. And yeah, let's stay in touch. Thank you, Toma, for organizing this.
So
Thank
see
you
you
very much.
guys. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.